The Lumen Sage.
I was actually able to pure platinum this mission.
Right.
No, you'll see at the end, like, I was...
Pigs or it didn't happen.
What follows those
What?
living
I said pigs or it didn't happen.
You'll see the trophy at
I'm
the
being
end.
an ass.
Darkness.
Darkness.
I needed the, Bangle of Time to do this, because I believe, was that gold thing, some of his attacks have, like, I believe programming to where you cannot get witch time on them, but with the Bangle of Time, like I said...
If anyone hasn't picked up on it, the mysterious Lumen Sage that was Bayonetta's dad is that jerk.
Actually, the funny thing is, Baldur being Bayonetta's father, that's not too hinted at in the first game, actually.
My dear, sweet Cereza. My, why the grim face, my dear? As a child, your smile...
Also, if anyone hasn't picked up on it, the little girl is Bayonetta.
I thought I flat out said that, like, as soon as Cereza appeared, because I made a joke of, a girl that looks kind of like Bayonetta and has a toy which is the same name as what she calls Luca.
You may address me as Father. There is much you have forgotten. It has been 500 years since we last...
I love the Lumen Sage and his stupid costume.
His costume looks much better in Bayonetta 2.
How did you get the gun?
Also, a bunch of the Angel and, like, Lumen Sage costumes make me think of Angel-based Digimon.
Well, because, you know, it's similar.
Angelamon and Angela Woman are dressed like that.
Well, because that's, like, you know, gold and white. That's the way Japan commonly depicts angels. Unless you're SMT, then what's that case you do something completely different because you find it funny. Though the interesting thing, in some texts, I believe Seraph, I think I'm pronouncing that right, it's like, well, the second or it is like the highest tier of angel, and some text is actually said to basically be, I believe it was like a bunch of wings covered in like eyes or something. That's another aspect to the angel designs in this game, is that some of them are actually direct references to certain things of text.
Your years of slumber have caused you to forget many...
Also, there's more of a Bayonetta 2 thing, but it's just something like... Well, of the angels, because, you know, they're angels and holy, they were designed to be, like, both organic and to also look like porcelain dolls. So, because of that, for Bayonetta 2, they were like, well, what are demons going to be? So they went the exact opposite. So the demons in that game are robots and rock monsters.
Mm-hmm.
The angels commonly have a organic look, looking either humanoid or like animals, whereas most of like the demons and stuff in Bayonetta 2, like, they look like they're made of like rock or metal, and when they have an animal look, instead of it being like mammals, it's like reptiles and stuff. Because even the angels in Bayonetta 2 are centaurs.
I love that line. Your philosophical pretensions.
Your question has been answered. All this has been done to awaken the
I'm sure there's some, like... I'm sure there's something in the lore somewhere that states, like, this is the case, but it's like, when you see, basically, stuff with Baldur in, like, Bayonetta 2, and then we scale back to this, you kind of have the, where was all of that?
Also, how did he time travel as full Bayonetta?
Magic.
However, no matter how brilliant...
You say that?
Yeah, you say I can say that, it's not wrong.
I mean, that, in case anyone wasn't picking up on that, in order to fulfill this prophecy, this game has a vague time travel plot.
The time travel thing again comes more in Bayonetta 2.
Yeah, but which is really.
I said that part of me, because it is technically the sequel, I don't want to 100% spoil things, but when you play the first game, go into the second, look at things of the marketing, and then look at basically the, like, opening to the second game, you can start to connect the dots, and it's like, the thing that the game acts like is a big twist, it really isn't.
And now it is time for my preparations to bear fruit. Jubilee.
This is honestly my favorite boss in the game.
We
Because, I feel like you guys have a problem with, a few times not really staggering, and again, it's a bit...
Also, I love how the Lumen Sage has the half mask, but the mask has a monocle on it.
I said every character has a form of classes.
But it's a monocle on a mask!
Great speech, big guy.
Luca.
Getting a bit ahead of ourselves, aren't we, Mr. Big Shot Ithaval Executive?
That wide room shot looked a little low poly.
Right.
I'm sure that's probably a JPEG.
Philosophy a bit seriously, don't you? But it's all
It's something really interesting when you sit there and think about it. It's like, they actually did render
with famous
all of this space, but this isn't his boss arena.
or should I say
Mm-hmm.
infamous genocidal figures.
You must be
He's wearing a monocle over a mask.
journalistic
Purely,
extraordinaire.
again, purely because due to that conversation, every important character was given some form of eyewear.
It is far, child. Like father, like son, I suppose.
And he's wearing a peacock.
Luca.
Because, like, wasn't the peacock feather thing, like, symbols of royalty and some
Yeah,
main
but
country?
it's not just the feathers. You can see the
Investigate.
peacock head
But when malicious
on his shoulder there.
start
He's wearing a dead peacock on his back.
see to it that they come to a stop.
And it's a white peacock, so he killed an albino peacock.
I'm sure it probably wasn't endangered.
It's Timmy, the albino lifeguard.
Uh,
Never got that one as a kid.
or the Scotch Korean. And now I know that they're both of those jokes are actually kind of horrible now.
That line.
I just realized I think that's the only line.
Yeah.
Oh, that explains why it sounds so phoned in. But yeah, this is honestly like,
Bayonetta didn't kill his dad. Angels did it. He just couldn't see him.
Die in the same manner as your father.
That kind of command grab, I guess the Lumen Sage is Marth.
Well, I guess my plan.
no, funny
has gone
thing, I
right
think
out the
Boulder
window.
in the Smash Ultimate, I think his spirit type was actually attack.
Sacrifice had to be made. But
Should have been
if
playable.
destiny is not fulfilled soon, this tragedy will be
Honestly, I
repeated
feel
ad
like
nauseam.
Rodan or the Lumen Sage should have been playable, and Jean should have been an Echo Fighter for
I suppose
Bayonetta.
you've met Jean.
Yeah.
But the Smash Ultimate already had so much in it, so I kind of feel like an entitled asshole if I complain about my oddly specific character request not getting in.
Don't being an Echo Fighter
Though her distinct
is easy enough.
Or just the alternate costume like Alf. But that's my poor fucking Alf. He doesn't even get the status of Echo Fighter. He is a palette.
Uh-huh.
led you directly to me. Just
So isn't it because they technically existed before the Echo Fighter, like, name concept thing? Isn't it Lucina, Dark Pit, and Dr. Mario, they're all actually considered not Echo Fighters?
Lucina, I believe, is an Echo Fighter of Marth.
But Dr. Mario and Dark Pit, they're not considered it because reasons.
Do not fear your fate. Stand
It's-
tall,
Echo Fighters are kind of dumb. Isabel is also a semi-clone and not an Echo Fighter. And then Ken and Ryu have different commands, and Ken is faster.
Like,
Is an Echo Fighter.
like Ken, he can't do that stronger version of the Hadouken that's the red one. I don't remember what its exact name was. But I believe it's because of that he has a stronger version of the Shoryuken he can do.
But he's an Echo Fighter, and that's more of a moveset
Yeah,
of
some people have said Ken shouldn't be considered an Echo Fighter.
And then you have Chrome is Roy, but with Ike's recovery.
Also, yeah, that's Cinereza's head in him.
Okay, time for an actual game. Father Boulder. Person's gotta play again.
The reason I, like, as you... Hold on. Basically, the reason that I like this boss is because he won't... Oh, damn it. One of the attacks, I remember, like, if you parry it, you're like, guaranteed, essentially, to get a witch time off on him. But the reason that I like this boss, and the funny thing is, I feel this is a really good example of the difficulty thing, and this is how I was actually able to, you know, pure platinum this. He's 3 phases, but each phase has 1 health bar, so he's only 3 health bars, and each phase has a fucking checkpoint.
Mm-hmm.
That actually makes him insanely easy to pure platinum. Damn it.
Basically.
Oh, there it goes! The only problem with that is, again, due to that and the way that he works, and that's why I love this, because this is the most, like, defying of expectations right here. If it's like, oh, I'm getting the finisher, that must mean I won the boss. Oh, that was super easy. Nah, bitch.
He killed your spoopy hair ghost.
Yeah. He killed the summon. Well, shit.
Jesus.
I said if, like, because of the way this boss works, because he has that, damn it, because of possessing it only being 3 health bars, he is actually, like, it's really hard to get witch time off on him. But when you get witch time on him, it's basically over for that section. I think my time on this is, like, less than 5 minutes because of that. Oh, damn it. Yeah, those are... I said those are kind of quick. Damn it.
His ridiculous satellite of doom. Where you need to move to the side to dodge it, but...
Oh, that would have been some stupid, like, that would have been shenanigans right there.
You beat him.
That was only phase 2.
You know what I mean!
Yeah.
You know what the fuck I mean!
Also, though, due to the way this fight works, this is a really good fight to grind Halos. That's like the most bonus I've gotten out of that.
You arrogant bastard.
Also, I just realized he only has
What?
I just realized the weird thing of asymmetry in his design. He only is wearing one glove.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it. Damn it.
Since the lasers of doom didn't work, I'm just gonna drop the satellite.
Oh, I pressed it there.
I said it can be pretty terrible. There you go.
Like I said, I really do like this fight because it's a good example of difficulty. Each phase only has one health bar, but because of that, it's actually kinda hard to get witch time on him.
I love how her bullets are lipsticks.
Also, aim for his head. I have seen so many people think you have to aim for Cereza's head. No, you don't. That will result in a death.
Mm-hmm. Whoop! You killed your dad. Now I'm thinking about Space Poncho.
And that's the second game.
It's a good name for
Yeah,
it.
that's what it is. It's a space poncho.
Space Poncho.
Makes me wonder. Oh, hey, Luca. Makes me wonder what crazy bullshit the third game's going to have. I'm kind of scared for what the third game is because Kamiya has said apparently he has like ideas for 5 more games or something like that. That may have just been hyperbole in an interview.
Yeah, and Beautiful Joe, the world was supposed to be in danger 3 times.
Seen the half of it.
Beautiful Joe 2, Red Hot Rumble. I don't see a problem here.
Holy shit.
Even though Red Hot Rumble is actually more based off the anime.
That wraps it up, huh?
I forget that there's a Beautiful Joe anime.
Yeah, I do too. It's awful, apparently. Don't watch it. Also, its English dub apparently never finished.
Mm-hmm. Now I'm thinking about the Eon Kid.
Wasn't that a Korean show?
It was a strange... There was that weird-ass children's blog that we would watch.
That was like a bunch of 4 kids licensed things.
And just weird shit like Skunk Fu and Go-Go Riki.
That was actually 4 kids, they did license that. That was a Russian show. If you, like, you want some lost media, the English dub of Go-Go Riki, that shit is lost right there. You look up anything about that show, even if you put in the name Go-Go Riki, all you get is the original Russian show.
The nightmare is over. Everything was just a dream.
I think the Eon Kid was...
I remember looking that up years later, because that was one of those, like...
It's like how Oban Star Racer was.
Well, that was a joint, Japan, and I think it was
French.
Yeah. Because it has, Jetix Europe, like, dates and,
But
like,
it's-
copyright and stuff on it.
No, my point is it's just weird.
Yes.
God, this commentary went places.
That's a good show, but its ending is awful.
Fly me to the moon
Mm.
and let me play among the stars.
They're singing it.
Let me
Yeah.
see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words,
You see, the licensed song is important to the plot. That means licensed things and product placement are only okay if they're important to the plot.
When you love something, never lose it. Understand, little one? You must keep it safe, close to your heart.
And I, like...
I'm not afraid anymore, Mummy. No matter what.
This is the part where, because, like, the, you know, Cereza being a younger Bayonetta and stuff, I was going to bring up, like, a kind of massive-ish plot, a whole weird time paradox thing of, shouldn't, like, one of the two Bayonettas basically have remembered that this happened, but the thing is, I believe they stated Bayonetta lost her memories.
Yes!
So that is the only way around this.
The right eye oversees the light.
She finally remembered, and it created a time paradox, which makes the eye.
Sees the darkness.
Darkness.
Two eyes to oversee.
Remember those eyes for Bayonetta 2.
Even though they don't really come up in
Yes, they
Bayonetta.
do.
The plot of Bayonetta 2 is the third group that totally existed this whole time. Yeah.
And it's about the eyes. The true eyes.
As a child,
These eyes are bullshit.
God damn it, Amora.
No, and then, like, I don't want to ruin the plot twist of Bayonetta 2,
Even though it's
but
kind of fucking obvious when you look at all the
not
pieces.
not that plot twist, what happens with the eyes.
Mm,
How they solve their problem.
mm,
That has always pissed me off.
yeah,
What?
yeah.
This means this, which means this can do this!
Boom.
let us begin.
That's like
That's some bullshit.
that's the vaguest way to describe it.
Mhm.
X equals Y, so that means Z.
Well, we're fucked.
And then in Bayonetta 2, when the X equals Y and the Z, and then the big villain, everything just kinda... Oh.
Now, the resurrection of Jubileus shall be completed. We are the eyes overseeing the world. We are the eyes overseeing a new era, a new reality, to which we will devote ourselves eternally.
Anywho. I just sometimes vaguely remember the Eon Kid and Go-Go Riki.
And all the other weird, like, licensed and acquired shit for kids had, because they didn't just take, like, anime, they actually did acquire shows from other parts of the world. Like, I believe Skunk Fu was Canadian. I think. I'm probably wrong about that.
Most people only remember Skunk Fu because of Fox.
The only thing I ever remembered from that show is there was a rabbit character, so they had to have the, like, I don't remember what the context behind this was, but they had him in, like, the Sorcerer's of... Yeah, I did have a pure platinum on that, I was fucking right. 2 minutes. Suck on that. And they like, got him in the Sorcerer's Apprentice, like, costume, and... Oh, yeah, that's another thing, because Bayonetta was taken, Bayonetta's not here. I don't know who's shooting the gun there, then.
I do love that stupid attention to detail. It's time for the question of the day and my overall thoughts on the topic. So anyway, what do you guys think of the Baldur fight? Personally, I agree with Carson. It's a really good boss battle because he only has a single health bar per phase, making it a battle of skill that does not have artificial difficulty due to an inflated set of health bars that makes each phase go quickly, and overall it is a very fair boss battle due to this. It would be way longer and way more obnoxious if each phase of the boss had a full set of health bars, so I'm happy they decided to give him a single health bar. But anyway, I would really love to know what you guys think. You can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments, or you can leave them on social media. My social media links are in the video description. Now, I need to be a shill for a minute. If you enjoyed the video, hitting the like button and leaving some comments really helps. If you want to keep up with our videos, hit the subscription button and ring the notification bell. And if you follow me on social media, that helps our communities grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video. See you guys next time.